Hello and welcome to this neck and shoulder practice. So today we're going to be coming through into a few poses that will really target that area. And in traditional Chinese medicine, the areas of the body that we will be focusing on are the liver, the lungs and the gallbladder. And if you come on over into my membership, the BHR Collective, I will teach you more about Chinese medicine and how you can implement that into everyday living. But for now, come and meet me in easy pose. I'm actually sat on a yoga brick just so that my knees are lower than my hips. Because even as long as I've been doing yoga, I can't sit like that without having that prop. So for me, having that prop is really comfortable. So once you're in your easy pose, let's just pop those hands on our thighs or the knees, whichever feels more comfortable, allowing the elbows to completely relax. And then take this chin down towards the chest and just start to notice how the weight of your head relaxes your shoulders. So don't draw those shoulders up, draw them down the body. You may start to feel a bit of a pinch in the neck. That's okay. Just allowing the weight of the head, which it's said weighs around a stone, 14 pounds in weight. So let's use that advantage to really help with our neck and our shoulder pain. So start to control your breath now, breathing in and breathing out. So just really settling into the position. Really noticing where you feel that tension. For me, it's running right down my right side of my shoulder. And then just draw your chin up, just coming back to center. Open the eyes if it feels more comfortable, or keep them closed if you prefer. Taking your head over to the right, but I want you to lead with your nose. So using your nose, imagine it's a pen and you're drawing a straight line all the way to the right. Don't push it, don't force it, just allow the stretch to take place in the right side and the left side of your neck. Take a couple of breaths here. On your next inhale, come all the way back to center, and on your exhale, carry on all the way through and turn your head to the left, using your nose as your pen. And then just breathe here. And on your next exhale, come all the way back to center. Now, still using your nose as your pen, take your head over to the right and using your nose, drop your chin down towards your chest, but look towards your right fingertips now. And then once you're here, just move your head from side to side. So you might be taking it over to the right of your right shoulder, and then over to the left of your left wrist. And if you notice any niggles that may need your attention, you could just stop in that place and maybe just do some circles one way, circles the other way. So start to notice what your body is asking you for. Start to connect with where is the tension, where is the niggle, where are you feeling it? And then come back up to center wherever you are and take your gaze now over to the left. Drop the chin, take your gaze to your left fingertips now and start to notice where you feel it on this side. So it's probably completely different. And just breathe here for a moment and then start to take your movements. So just really slowly moving through, noticing where you might need to stop and move it in a different way. Could be the pinch that you're feeling is in your shoulder, could be in your neck. For me, it's actually just below my right ear. There's like a little sweet spot. So start, yawning, good sign. Start to notice where those niggles are and move through them, move in them, move around them. And really feel what your body needs. So rather than me telling you exactly where to put your nose, exactly where to put your head, you're discovering how this feels in your body. And then bring yourself back to center. Then just take your shoulders up towards your ears and then just and go. And again, inhale. Let it go. One more. Inhale. And then we're going to come into thread the needle pose on our fronts. So if you can come onto your knees with your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. And then just let's do a couple of cat-cows first before we get going. And so for my friends watching, if you struggle with this next pose, you could always come on your back and come into figure 4 pose. I actually covered that pose in my last video on back pain and hip pain. I'll pop a link in the description. Big yawn. All right, so we're going to do the left hand first. So pressing that right heel of your hand into the mat, take a nice big deep breath in, bringing this left arm up, and I want you to really exaggerate the hip. So really bump this left hip out. So it's really pushing out towards the side. Notice how that feels. Notice how that feels in your hip. And then coming through, bring your hips back to center, draw your left arm through your right, fingertips facing up, and then take your left side of your head to the yoga mat. Get your hips level, and you might just choose to stay here today, and that's okay. Just allowing the right shoulder to relax. Or you might want to take your right hand away from you, 10th fingers, so your fingers are on the ground and you're pulling your right elbow up and away from you. And then start to settle in, but you're not completely passive here. You want some activity going on in your right shoulder. So you're drawing that right shoulder back, and it's almost like you're pressing the back of your left hand, the back of your left shoulder into the mat to draw yourself around and through into this twist. So once you've got your edge, then you can settle in. So breathing in and breathing out. 2 more breaths. And then drawing that right hand back towards your face if you have it extended, pressing it into the mat. Draw yourself up, bring that left arm all the way through, bring it all the way up as you bump the hips to the left, and take the flat of your hand towards the wall in front of you. So you're getting a really nice stretch in that left shoulder blade. Take a breath, pressing your right hand into the mat and release. Take the left hand down, bring the right hand to meet, and let's just do a couple of cat-cows. Breathing in for your cow and breathing out for your cat. And then we'll do the other side. So bringing that right arm up in space, bumping that right hip, really exaggerate it out to the right, and then turning that right hand around. So just breathe here for a moment. And then as you bring this right arm through the left, start to bring your hips back in line, taking your right side of your head down to the yoga mat. You could stay just here if this feels accessible enough for you today, or you can take your left hand to the top of the yoga mat, tap the fingers, and then settle in. So what we're looking for here is that pressing into the fingertips, drawing the left shoulder blade back and settling in to the twist. 3 breaths. And inhale, bring the left hand back towards the face, pressing it into the mat as you draw that right arm all the way through, bringing it all the way up, bump that right hip all the way out, and turn those fingertips, that flat of your hand, towards the front of your room. Really pushing those hips out to the side just to exaggerate this stretch. Couple of breaths. And then on your next exhale, just bring that right palm down to meet the left, tuck the toes, and just come into a couple more rounds of cat-cow, just to ease out any tension. So just flowing through your cat-cow with your breath. And then just come to sit on your heels, pop your hands on your knees, and then just take a breath here, just to start to slow the breath down now. You might have just started to make it a bit quick. As you get warm, you may quicken that breath. So just slowing that breath down, breathing in and breathing out. And then if you used your block earlier, you might want to bring that back to the middle of your yoga mat, back to sit in easy pose. And we're going to just look at eagle arms now. So once you're sat in your easy pose, just bring your arms out in front of you. So just straight ahead of you. And then I want you to take your right arm over your left. So they're crossed at the elbows. Bend the elbows. And then what you want to try and do is take the right elbow over the top of the left. And then you're going to hook the hands round each other. So you're like this. So they might not meet, back of hands if they don't meet. And then what we're going to focus on is the elbows themselves. So draw those elbows up in line with your shoulder blades. Now this might be enough for you today. This might just be your sweet spot, which is absolutely fine. So you can just stay here for your breath. If you want a deeper stretch, start to see if you can bring the elbows up higher and then bring the arms away from you. So keeping that momentum as you move. So it's very gentle movement. There's not much in it. You're wanting to still keep those elbows high, if not higher, than your shoulders. Couple more. And then just release the arms, clap palms down on the hands and just notice how you feel. Tingling sensation in the back, in the shoulders, in the neck. We'll do the other side. So take your arms out in front of you. Take that left arm over the right, so you're joined at the elbows. Bend the elbows and then just bump that left arm over a little bit further. And then see if you can join. If you can't join, back of hands is fine. Lift those elbows up so they're in line with your shoulders. You can just stay here if that feels okay for you today. Or lift them a little higher and move them out and back. So your focus is your elbows, not your wrists, not your fingers. It's your elbows that's doing the work. Couple more. Well done. And just release. Bring your palms face up on the backs of your legs, shoulders down. Just close the eyes softly for a moment. Just notice that energy pumping around your body. Notice your heart beating. Notice any other sensations in your body. Is it warmth, contentment? Remember, you can come back to these little practices again and again and again when you're just starting to feel that tension rising up. Just come and sit down and just do a couple of these poses, just while you're watching TV or Play with the dog or and then bring our palms together and we bow. Namaste. So thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I'll see you in the next practice of this series here on YouTube, or I invite you warmly into my new membership, the BHR Collective, which will be giving you more insights into traditional Chinese medicine techniques and tips for women just like you. So I'll see you then.